Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I recorded anything for YouTube, but I want to remind you that if you're missing my content, you're missing my art, I've been posting on Blue Sky and Kara, and I also have a artist newsletter that you can follow. I will include a link to that down below, but it's a semi-monthly newsletter. I've fallen a little behind because I've been a little overwhelmed at the level of AI art theft, and despite my best efforts, it's far from foolproof, and I've had to personally wrestle with that and come to terms that there's nothing I can do to post art and have it guaranteed to be safe. And also, if I don't post, it feels like I'm letting um, AI win. And if I do post, I'm also letting AI win. And so, rather than stewing and letting myself sit in sadness, I'd rather share it with the world and risk also try and take precautions to the best of my ability to allow myself to still post, at least to my best comfort, even though all my art is at risk as soon as I post it, as soon as I take a picture. So that is why it's semi-monthly. I'm hoping to find some better solutions and post more frequently. But regardless, if you want to stay up to date, I will post my artist newsletter. How many images depends on some more research and further precautions. But anyways, let's get into it. I wanted to talk to you about sketchbooks today. I know that sounds like a very boring subject. However, I feel like I've had like this little mini renaissance of sketchbook experience, and I wanted to share it with you in case, it helps somebody else out there. Personally, before this last year, I would at least start sketchbooks. I would use them for a project or two. And then because I really love jumping around art mediums, I'm not like a pencil only or ink only kind of gal. I would just move on to another sketchbook because like watercolor sketchbooks or marker sketchbooks or pencil sketchbooks are not very cross compatible. And rather than carrying that many sketchbooks around with me and that many supplies around with me, I would just let them slowly die in the corner, and then like 6 or months or like 2 years later, depending on how fast I cycle through art mediums, I would look back at the sketchbook, be like, oh, this doesn't represent my art anymore. And then I'd just proceed to start tearing pages out of those and using them as I need. So I didn't have a super like dedicated sketchbook. I finished like I think one sketch, maybe two sketchbooks ever prior to that. And then the year of 2024 began my I should work on personal stuff journey. And so, because I'm a digital artist, the my sketchbook became a very nice refuge because it was like a huge degree of separation from my personal or from my artwork my work artwork. And so uh I would do work in traditional and then personal in sorry, work in digital and fun personal stuff in traditional. Oh my gosh, all tongue tied. Um, and it was very fulfilling, and I found myself almost getting addicted to it. I would uh one day be like, oh, I want to try out this new art pencil. Oh, I want to try out this new pen. Oh, check out this new ink. Oh my gosh, I haven't used watercolor in months. Wow, I've had this pencil for 10 years and I finally just found refills for it. Like, I just really went on a rampage because it was so exciting to be excited about making art that I didn't have to show anyone. Art that was just for me, and it didn't matter if I kept up with the subject matter or not. And then I began to realize where the gaps in my skills were, because I traditionally, for my like typical work would draw in a very cartoony style, but when I want to sketch, I found I wanted to do something a little, I don't want to say it was realism, but it was somewhere in between, and I rediscovered my lack of anatomy knowledge, which, I knew was a little rusty, but it was very it was very awakening. And so it made me want to study more. It made me want to draw more from reference, which is why I had such huge gaps in my knowledge, as I drew so much from imagination. I'm a self-taught artist, and that also means I was not always good about studying. I didn't know what to study. Sometimes it's an issue of not knowing what you don't know. And I've gone down this entire rabbit hole of learning, and I think it honestly started with the sketchbook. It wasn't because I had this moment where I want to learn. It was realizing from drawing just whatever popped into my head where my gaps were, and so then I would chase them down on either YouTube videos, Skillshare videos, books, podcasts, anything I could get a hold of. I can tell you that trying to read Japanese art books has been humbling, but for the most part, you're looking at the pictures anyways. So if you're looking to increase your skills, I know a lot of people will just say, get a sketchbook, become really good about your sketchbook. I would say no. Despite this entire story, I would say no. Find ways to make art fun, and the rest will follow. Find ways for you not to be afraid of making bad art. Find ways that doesn't keep you from making art. So let's say you're a painter. Let's say you do watercolor, acrylic, oil, whatever. And you find yourself not really doing art very often. Switch to just keeping a pencil and some paper, like scrap paper, by your desk. Find like you have a few minutes while you're waiting for your dinner to cook. Grab a tiny notebook. Like, just find those little times in the day to let yourself be creative, even if that means you have to set a timer, even if that amount of time that you get to do art isn't very long. Just let yourself do it. And if it feels like a chore, don't force yourself, because the moment art starts to feel like a chore, there's something wrong. You need to bolster your love of art, and the rest will follow. Your skills will increase. You'll realize what you want to study. You'll just end up gaining skill indirectly and directly, depending on what you decide to study or pursue. Just find your love for art and make it fun. Make it your main hobby. One of the things I've been doing is trying to keep my sketchbook in eyesight. And so, like, if I'm playing video games and I'm in my downtime, I look up and I see my sketchbook. I'm like, would I rather be sketching right now? And that helped a lot. That helped so much. And then I also began, before all the things that have happened in the last year and a half, I was pushing myself to do what I called monthly sketchbook highlights. I still kind of do those, but the idea was that I wanted at least 3 pictures a month that I felt proud of from my sketchbook to post. And I'd give myself an entire month to make 4 pieces that I felt proud of. Now, at the beginning, they were more difficult to get because I was a digital artist, and there's a learning curve going back to traditional that when you don't have a correction tool, you don't have a lasso tool, and when you're doing ink and paint, sometimes you don't have an undo button. So there was definitely a learning curve, but now I'm almost overwhelmed at how much of the art I make in my sketchbook that I like, which is a good problem. And so I haven't been doing the monthly sketchbook highlights, which is a little funny. But regardless, I just gave myself that one personal challenge. It wasn't draw every day, which can get monotonous and once again take the fun out of it. It was make 4 drawings a month that you like, and then the rest can be crap. Nobody has to see them. And that made a world of difference. And I hope me telling this very sideline story helps you in some way and maybe resparks your love of art and makes you want to draw more. It doesn't matter the quality. It really doesn't. Don't beat yourself up. Don't compare. Just enjoy the art of making it. And it doesn't matter what your goals are. Like if you're just doing it for fun or if you're doing it to push your art career, just find the fun in it. Do that for yourself and the rest will take care of itself. All right. If you like this mini rant, please drop a like and leave me a comment so I can know that I should do more of these. And I'll see you guys next time, but you can always watch me. I stream on Twitch twice a week, and like I said, if you sign up for my newsletter, I'll post updates there. Thanks. Bye.